From the CyberHub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the CyberHub Podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
Well, happy Tuesday, folks. Welcome to the show. Sorry for that little delay right there. I do apologize. We had a little mixer issue, but that's resolved. New studio, new setup, kind of a new equipment getting put in as we speak. So this week's been a bit technologically challenging. Good morning. Welcome. Have you checked out our new CyberHub Podcast website yet? Because if you haven't, you definitely want to check it out. It is phenomenal. It's got all your favorite podcasts, every single episode right there. You can even watch our YouTube videos. Everything is right there on the website. Also, Breaking into Cybersecurity, you can find every single CISO Thursday and Breaking into Cybersecurity episode right on the website. So go check it out. If you want to be a sponsor, you can also apply right there. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can also do that on our website. So go and check it out. You don't want to miss it. I promise you that. Good morning. Welcome to today's show. It's going to be packed. A lot of things going on in the world of cybersecurity. Good morning to my good co-host at Breaking into Cybersecurity CISO Thursdays, Chris Fallon. Good morning, good sir. Good morning to Finley. And happy you're wrapping up at the gym. Good for you, man. Health, important. Good morning here and good morning all. JJ Davey, good morning, brother. Eddie, good morning to you from Dallas, Texas. Peter, let's do this. Absolutely. Chris, good morning to you. Marcia, good morning from beautiful, lovely, amazing Houston, Texas, the great state of Texas. Good morning to Anthony. Hey to Thaddeus. Good morning, Peter. And the link to our website, by the way, cyberhubpodcast.com. Go check it out. You don't want to miss it. cyberhubpodcast.com. Go check it out. It is awesome. We're adding new content. We're going to have a members area real soon. I'm going to be doing exclusive content only on our website for our members. Membership is free. Don't worry. I'm not asking you for money. But we'll be doing some really exclusive stuff on the website. So go and check that out as well. So, folks, busy show. We're going to be talking about Log4j. We're talking about multiple vulnerabilities in Netgear, a cyber attack on the UK Ministry of Defense where a whistleblower had to come through, skimmers, and China all on the menu today. But before we do that, I'd be remiss if I did not grab my Masters Cup, Georgia Masters. We've got a thing with golf here in Georgia. There's a golf course. In Georgia, there's a golf course next to every Waffle House. But coffee cup, cheers, folks. My double espresso, whatever you're drinking this morning. I hope you enjoyed and it motivates you to get going on your day. All right, let's get into our stories today. With the first one, Log4j is still a flaw that is causing a lot of problems, according to Microsoft. In fact, it's causing so many problems in this story that Microsoft, on its Defender side, for Azure and Microsoft Defender for endpoints, have put a Log4j dashboard that's constantly scanning Microsoft environments. This was part of their release yesterday, where they're seeing exploitation attempts and testing has remained high even during the last few weeks of December. They've observed many existing attacks adding exploits of these vulnerabilities in their existing malware kits and tactics, from coin miners to hands-on keyboard attacks. According to Microsoft, assume broad availability of exploit code and scanning capabilities to be a real and present danger to your environment. Folks, that's really significant. Microsoft has observed attackers using many of the same inventory techniques to locate targets, find sophisticated adversaries like nation states, and commodity attackers have been observed taking advantage of these vulnerabilities. Just ahead of the new year, Microsoft rolled out the new Log4j dashboard for threat and vulnerability management in the 365 Defender portal for Windows 10, 11, Windows, and Linux system. The system aims to help customers find and fix files, software, and devices affected by the Log4j vulnerabilities. CISA official believes that hundreds of millions of devices are impacted by this. The true impact, folks, the true impact is yet to be there. We're at 2.17.1. That was the update that we did right before we broke for New Year's. I've been told by someone internally yesterday that there's another patch on the way. So we're 4 reiterations. We're going to be at 5 probably by the end of this week. There are more vulnerabilities, more things that are going on that are below the surface. Some stuff I don't report on, even though I already know it, for 2 reasons. One, I know if I report it, then the patch isn't out there and I'm putting people in a vulnerable position. And I don't want to do that. That's not the point of this show. I'm not trying to break stories and put people in a position where they're more vulnerable than what they already are. Number one. Number 2, patching is a art and it's an art and a science, meaning it's subjective and it's very objective. And because it's so difficult, I'm not going to be the one to call it out. 4 patches because it's really difficult. You tune in because I'm going to give it to you real. We're not going to try to sensationalize stuff that doesn't need to be sensationalized. Cybersecurity is a very hard thing to do. Patching is very difficult, especially under a timeline like what we're seeing here with Log4j when everyone jumps ship. So I do know there's another patch on the way. I do know there's active vulnerabilities out there that are being addressed. But if you are in Microsoft, please deploy your Windows 365 dashboard. Use that update to the latest patch because it helps a ton, folks. All right, so there's that piece. Let's move on to the Netgear Nighthawk R6700 routers. So if you're a big gamer, if you've got one of these Netgear Nighthawks in your house or within any one of your environments, you know that Netgear typically is an over-the-counter type of router in most cases, right? I know they do have the routers and switches that go into data centers and are used for more complex networking, but the Nighthawk is not one of those. It's an over-the-counter. You can get it on Amazon, Best Buy, or anywhere else you want. The most important of these security defects, by the way, now that it's got a bunch of different flaws, is the fact that the most important of the security defects results in an authenticated attacker being able to inject commands that would be executed when the device checks for updates. There's multiple CVEs to this one: 2021-20173, 20174, 20175, and also 45077. All of these issues, and also, by the way, 23147, all of these CVEs all impact the Nighthawk 6700. There is a patch in place. Please make sure you update to the new firmware 1.0.4.120 for this one, folks. So check that out. Peter, thank you for putting the website, cyberhubpodcast.com. That's our brand new website, folks. Go check it out. You can sign up. Exclusive member content coming really soon, by the way. Good morning to Matt Lee and Christoph. Yes, brother, no more patches, but there will be. We're, a week from today, it'll be Patch Tuesday. A week from today, it'll be Patch Tuesday. We'll be right back at it, folks. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about this one. A cyber attack against the UK Ministry of Defence Training Academy has been revealed. It was revealed when a whistleblower, an air marshal by the name of Edward Stinger, who was an officer in charge at the time, told Sky News that the cyber attack was discovered in March of 2021. He is now retired, so he's talking about this after the fact. According to the retired officer, unusual activity was detected by IT outsourcer Sereco, but originally it was thought that this may have been due to some form of IT error rather than something malicious. The Defense Academy of the UK was the target. The organization is responsible for teaching and training thousands of military personnel, Ministry of Defense employees, wider government figures, and overseas students. Courses on offer related to topics including security strategy, languages, and information warfare. While full attribution is not available, the publication reports that China or Russia were possibly involved. It also floated the idea of Iran and North Korea, although that's less likely based on the geopolitical target here. As Academy staff worked to keep courses running, management was concerned that the reason behind the attack may have not been to disrupt the education system, but rather the Academy could have been used as a backdoor to target a wider Ministry of Defense apparatus. The prospect has severe ramification, could have potential consequences for national security for the UK. An MOD spokesperson says that in March of 2021, they were made aware of the incident impacting the Defense Academy IT infrastructure. They took swift action and no impact on the wider Ministry of Defense IT network. Teaching at Defense Academy was continued and regular. Pretty crazy here, folks. So it didn't even report it, which goes into the larger scale of things. Why not? Why not report this? So yeah. We'll move on to one of our final stories here today, where a skimmer has been injected into 100 real estate websites through a cloud video platform. More than 100 real estate websites belonging to the same parent company were injected with a web skimmer code via an unnamed cloud video platform. The skimmer attack involved the use of malicious JavaScript code to steal data provided by users on the targeted website. This was part of a recent campaign. Palo Alto explains the skimmer was injected into the video so that it was automatically embedded into websites that imported the video. The attack was possible because the abused cloud video platform allows users to add their own Java customization to the players by uploading a Java file that is included in the player. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? The skimmer itself, though, is highly polymorphic, elusive, and continuously evolving. When combined with the cloud distribution platform, the impact of a skimmer of this type could be very, very large, according to Palo Alto. And the skimmer itself could gather user information like names, phone numbers, email addresses, as well as check the validity of the harvested data and send the information to the attacker's command and control servers, all of which are right there for them. And final story here for the morning, folks, is this one. China harvested masses of data on Western targets, according to documents. This is a story by the Washington Post and Kate Cattle that came out on New Year's Eve. It was brought to my attention a few days ago. I was debating whether or not I want to feature it on the show. Decided it's a really, really good one to feature on the show, simply because if you understand how they're harvesting social media, it might help you develop a better social media policy with your employees within your businesses, especially if you work in a type of business that could be a target for Chinese surveillance. So China is turning a major part of its internal internet data surveillance network outward, mining Western social media websites, including Facebook and Twitter, to equip its government agencies, military, and police with information on foreign targets. After reviewing hundreds of Chinese bidding documents, contracts, and company filing, WAPO did this one. The software primarily targets China's domestic internet users and media, but the review shows that over 300 Chinese government projects since the beginning of 2020 include orders for softwares designed to collect data on foreign targets from sources like Twitter, Facebook, and you can assume LinkedIn, YouTube, and many, many more. The documents, publicly accessible through domestic government bidding platforms, also showed that agencies include state media, propaganda departments, police, military, and cyber regulators are purchasing new and more sophisticated systems to gather data. These include a $320,000 Chinese state media software program that mines Twitter and Facebook to create a database of foreign journalists and academics, a $216,000 Beijing police intelligence program that analyzes Western chatter on Hong Kong and Taiwan, and a cyber center in Jinyang, home to China's Uyghur population that's being thrown into re-education and concentration and slave labor camps. In fact, we've just passed a law in this country outlawing any products coming from that part of China into the U.S. So they're also building a network to better understand the underground network of anti-China personnel. And so much more. This just shows you how TikTok, yeah, Paul, great point there in the comments by Paul. Of course they are. They've learned a lot from TikTok. Yes, they have. And now that they know a lot about TikTok, they're also trying to do that with all other social media. You got to update your social media policy in your office if you are working in a place where China could be going after your organization in one way or another, or if China could target your leadership. Updating how people update stuff about work and what they can and cannot say on social media, what they can and cannot say, the kind of pictures they upload, the kind of data, the stuff that you put in job descriptions, all is really, really critical. They're mining for it. They're looking for it. And you betcha they're going to weaponize it at some point. They're not just doing this as an experiment. This has a greater cause. China never does anything on accident, folks. Never. Folks, that's it for our show today. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here with the latest as we get as we get almost midway into the first week of the new year. I hope this week has been great for you so far. Have a great rest of your day. Stay cyber safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.